pale.
Just chilling.
I was stranded. I didn't have a phone. Nilikuwa nimevalia matambara because previously on that week tulikuwa tumekuja na baba yangu, tulikuwa tumekuja Nairobi. So he left me in Thika na akanipatia fare kurudi home. But mimi ni nani nikasema wacha nikuje Nairobi nivute bangi alafu nitarudi home. That day when nilivuta hiyo bangi nilijipata. The last thing I remember ni nikivuta bangi somewhere hapo Ngara. Then the next time I remember myself I was butt naked on the road.
Oh my God,
I walked
bro.
on the road butt naked.
Ulikuwa ndede?
Ndede kabisa. Sikuwa na nguo hata ngoza sikuwa nayo. Ilikuwa kitu saa 7 mchana. I saw the thing that saved my reputation ni ilikuwa holiday season. It was around 26, 27. Hakukuwa na watu wengi tao. I remember hata nilipatana na polisi. Hata polisi hakujua afanye nini. Aliniangalia.
Alikujua?
Alinijua. Lakini aliniangalia tu akasema hata sitaki kukuwa involved. I was given clothes by a well-wisher.
This is the Modern Vibes on Vibes Radio.
Justin Bieber, 104.5 Vibes Radio, 20 minutes after 9. Karibu sana manzi. It's Kevo Badman.
In the building.
What's good, man?
Yeah.
Weekend imeanza leo, Buddha.
Hatar.
So exciting. We told you.
The eve of the weekend is here. Then it's Thursday. And I've kisho, oh guys, it's Friday.
Yeah. You know what I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Kev? Bashment mix yako, Buddha.
Yeah.
Kuanzia 9:30. It's gonna be
fire.
Kwa
sababu nina program nyingine hatari sana mazini sio nyingine ndio bana wewe vile ungamrasa unanga maroots. Kambia wewe sasa kisho ndamchapia maroots.
Exactly, bro.
Just kiza manze bro.
Zingine deadly.
Hatari yani.
Right now, speaking of hatar, we're about to have another hatar conversation.
Very hatar.
Kimani MBUGUA is a former Citizen TV reporter, and he has a story, a very powerful story. So sit back, relax, and have a listen. Niaje guys, karibu sana. How you doing, man? Energy kufiti?
Energy kufiti.
Unajuanga, unlike Kevo Badman, Kevo anaendanga straight to the conversation. Mimi naulizanga guys, how you doing, bro? How you feeling? Energy kwaje? How's your state of mind right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. As I said in the video, niko poa. Health-wise, I'm okay. The doctors gave me a nod. I remember I came out of hospital like three weeks ago.
Ulikuwa admitted?
And the doctors were like, we are rooting for you. Go out there, do what you do best.
Ulikuwa admitted?
Yeah, I was admitted.
For how long?
Nimekuwa hosi in and out of hospital for about a whole year.
What?
Because for the last I haven't worked for the last 2 years. I've been extremely sick. I had to quit my last job because I was feeling extremely sick. Na nikaona siwezi endelea. I tried to find energy to continue working lakini ikakata.
Your last job ilikuwa at Citizen?
No. The last job I had was at kenyans.co.ke. It's
Kenyans.co.ke.
Yeah, the news website.
The news website. Yeah. I also saw you there, bro. I've remembered.
I used to do a show called Speed Feed there, but I couldn't continue doing the show because I used to come to work. Nilikuwa nasikia nimechoka, niko depressed. I was going through such a bad depression. I called it the dark night of the soul. It's like,
damn,
you're so depressed. You're so depressed. Unashindwa. Where will I ever come?
So basically, it was hell on earth.
It was hell on earth for me.
Now, before we talk about your story and what you went through, your story of depression, mazi, kwa sababu inakuanga very sensitive. Na najua mavijana wengi. I personally have gone through depression as well.
Yeah.
Many people can relate.
Yes.
And nimesikia wendo king of the new school. Gen Z kurate, mazi. Gen Z, your guys here.
I think this is where I tell Gen Z.
Yeah.
Nimekubali.
And apparently you're very popular. So
very.
Guy, if you have a party, just call MBUGUA. Now, tell guys what your show was all about. At Citizen. Do watu wakutambua say, man, that's the guy. Your show yako ilikuwa sangapi? What was it about?
Yeah, I was doing a couple of shows on Citizen. I wasn't doing one thing.
Oh, okay.
Because naturally we call it conscientious person. It comes with a bipolar pre-installed brain. Like you're always wanting to be engaged for work. So meaning to nilikuwa hardworking. So I found myself pale Citizen. They gave me a lot of shows. I was doing the traffic report in the morning. It's a great way of starting the day, showing people how the roads look. And you're like, traffic, showing people how the roads are looking before they get out. And it's good. Like we used to go to different routes, and then we do this thing where we'd come from one location to another. Don't know how long it will take you from that point to that. Like tunatoka Jogo Road, tuenda Ngong Road. The first link tunafanyia Jogoo Road, and then the next one tunafanyia Ngong Road. So you kama ulikuwa na watch within that town ona, it will take you like 20 minutes to get from Jogoo Road to Ngong Road. So that was one of the shows nilikuwa nafanya. Pia ingine ilikuwa ita Broken News.
I know that.
Yeah, hiyo bwana ilishika watu.
Broken News was trick
question. Yeah, ilikuwa ni street.
So being in the city, I love people. Everyone has a story. That's what I've learned. Over the last 2 years, everyone has a story. Ukika, I've stayed in Mathare for almost a year.
You have?
Yes.
What?
Because I've been admitted to Mathare 8 times.
Oh, Mathare Hospital.
Total times I've been to Psych Ward 13 times.
Damn, bro.
In the last 2 years?
In the last 3 years.
13 times. You're mob.
Yeah. Mob sana. In fact, I remember my dad told me this last time before I was discharged, he was so disappointed. He was like, Kimani, I'm trying to support you the way I can, but if I get you out of hospital and the doctors have given you an order to go home and then you go back to drugs, I don't know what I'll do.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold it right there. Before we talk about drugs.
Yes.
Before we even talk about your experience at the hospitals.
Yes.
Sasa tuende day one.
Yes,
at what point did you realize something is wrong? Something is, you just don't feel normal. Energy go down. You have a lot in your mind. When was this?
As with every mental health issue, you don't realize it at the time because when you're losing it, it happens so gradually. In fact, when you're losing it, you feel like you're becoming more sane. As you become insane, your brain tells you you're becoming more sane. Like you start noticing small things. Unaona billboard fulani hapo, and then unasikia ka excitement fulani hapo, unaona ai kwani billboard inaniongelesha, and then unaona TV, unaona ni kama najua mtu mwenye anaongea kama vile naona kuna hii TV hapa. I'm like, is this person trying to send me a message telepathically? And then you start feeling good about yourself. The grandiose starts coming in, like, hey, yeah, kwani meaning smart, yeah,
star boy,
star boy, me ule mse. So that thing gets you internally. So as you gain that confidence, and this is bipolar 1. I was discussing it na beshte yangu jana, na tukasema I was added to a group of bipolar heroes. People have gone through bipolar, and bipolar has been described as bipolar 1 has been described as a worst mental illness because it carries all the others. Iko na schizophrenia, iko na psychosis, iko na DIP, iko pia hapo drug induced psychosis, it has depression, it has mania, iko na kila kitu. So when you have bipolar 1 and you know your triggers, the good thing about bipolar 1 is it can be managed with drugs. As long as you take your meds religiously, that's what the doctors have been insisting. Take your meds religiously, like usihate dawa, kwa sababu ukihata dawa you start going on a downward spiral, and that's what most people don't. If you see somebody who has bipolar na haponi, ni kwa sababu anaruka madawa kama. Otherwise, I was so happy to know that the doctors assured me this is a condition you can live with. Sisi kitu sasa juko na bipolar, sasa wewe umechizi kabisa. Unaona, imenifanya the last 2 years imenifanya. Unajua mimi nilikuwa kwa streets man. Kuna time pale Juja hapo Juja, kwa hiyo bridge ya Juja. Nilikaa hapo for last year for like 3 days pale.
Just
I was stranded. I didn't have a phone. Nilikuwa nimevalia matambara because previously on that week tulikuwa tumekuja na baba yangu, tulikuwa tumekuja Nairobi. So he left me in Thika na akanipatia fare ya kurudi home. But mimi ni nani, nikasema wacha nikuja Nairobi nivute bangi alafu nitarudi home. That day venye nilivuta hiyo bangi nilijipata. The last thing I remember ni nikivuta bangi somewhere hapo Ngara. Then the next time I remember myself, I was butt naked on the road.
Oh my God,
I walked
bro.
on the road butt naked.
Ulikuwa
ndede kabisa, sikuwa na nguo hata ngoza sikuwa nayo. Ilikuwa kitu saa 7 mchana. I swear, the thing that saved my reputation ni ilikuwa holiday season. It was around 26, 27. Hakukuwa na watu wengi tao. I remember nilipatana na polisi. Hata polisi hakujua afanye nini.
Alikujua?
Alinijua, lakini aliniangalia tu akasema hata sitaki kukuwa involved. I was given clothes by a well-wisher. Sijui hata alipata wapi. Aliambia machokora hapo, chukua hizi nguo, patia ule mse. Uni ule mse wa Citizen. Na hana nguo.
Oh no, bro.
But naked. That's why, like, drugs, any drug, alcohol, weed, mogoka, cigarettes, any drug
that can trigger.
Yeah, because you see, I was telling my parents and I was telling my family, and this is where we had a bit of conflict with my family. Nikamwambia mi si drug addict, mi niko mgonjwa kwa sababu nikiwa Mathare after hiyo kutembea butt naked huko Ngara, Pangani, that stretch between Pangani hapo hivyo around Pangani, nikapatiwa nguo hapo Muthaiga Road. Hapo ndo nilipatiwa nguo na machoko shokaniambia shika hizi nguo.
At that point ulikuwa bado unafanya job?
I was jobless because I had quit my job. I haven't worked in the last 2 years. Chukua job yote. The only thing I did was a small project with an ad agency. Wakanipatia.
Mbona uliquit by the way?
Niliquit juu nilikuwa mgonjwa. Niliona sasa sitaweza
energy.
So let me ask you, let's go back to your time ulikuwa unatembea pale Ngara, you are confused, you're butt naked.
Yes.
So at what point did you now go and maybe tell your folks, tell somebody that you need help, manze?
I haven't done that. This is the first time I've asked for help from outside, because the healing journey for everyone who has bipolar is very personal. Kwa sababu bipolar comes with delusions. And some of my delusions were because of I had childhood trauma. Kuna vitu zili happen nikiwa mtoi, and now I understand it. I was talking to my dad yesterday, nikamwambia, unajua sasa daddy, wewe nilikuwa na kujudge vile
ile story ya nini,
zile vitu tuliona tukiwa watoto, lakini sasa vile mimi mama, now I understand you. And he was like, yes, that's the
now. What kind of things you want to talk about them? What kind of things happened to you?
It was a difficult relationship between my dad and my mom. They kept separating for a bit. They're still together now, and I'm happy that they are working on their relationship. Lakini when I was a child, because nilienda shule mingi sana. I went to a lot of schools. My dad is a teacher. It's called Mwalimu Mbugua. He's a fantastic teacher. He's the one. Mkisikia vile naongea kizungu, he's the one.
Unateremka nayo sini vichwa tu hapa. Yes. Siko tuna yes na no. Ama jivoke. Sini vichwa. Siko yes. No.
You got energy.
So alikuwa mwalimu. So mimi nimelelewa na library.
Alikuwa retire so far as we speak.
He's still teaching?
No. He switched careers. He's my hero. So he switched careers. I mean, one day I'll switch careers from a journalist to something else. So now I'm in the middle of switching my careers from a journalist to an ad man. So I'm waiting for that transition. Nimeanza kusikiza,
your transition naiona ikikam
because I can feel
a farm, bro.
Hapa si ufanya affirmations.
I can affirm it.
Yeah, affirm.
I see myself there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So I grew up. There were problems while growing up, and they caused me a bit of childhood trauma. So I hadn't dealt with those things. So one of the things that the bipolar built me a delusion on, it lied to me that my parents are not my parents. Yeah. So when I looked at them, nilikuwa nasikia, isi wazazi wangu, and I was like, this is true. Everybody in the psych ward knows. I was in ward 6. I kept saying, and every crazy, because they know that every crazy person the grandiose makes you associate with powerful people. So like for me, I believed Uhuru is my dad.
Maybe is. Hakuna ndoko hiyo. Bro, ulikuwa faa. Na unaweza kufikia Uhuru alianza kuja kutuka hiyo. Cause ulikuwa na media, unaweza tuma vitu kama hizo. Amini wacha tu madadi.
Can I tell you something, Mbugua?
Yes.
You know how many Kenyans think Uhuru can be a cool dad?
Yeah, right?
What you made it wanasema, I wish Uhuru was my dad and Margaret Kenyatta was my mom. I wonder if you can say the same about Ruto. Yo, I love Ruto, man. I wish Ruto was my dad. Yo, anyway.
So
you guys made my morning.
Silicon delusion. Sasa wako pale hosi.
Unaona unye kwa news.
Kimani,
Mulikuwa na TV kwa ward?
Kuna kwa TV kwa.
Ukacheki tu unye hapo buda.
Unacheki unye.
Check my dad.
My
daddy.
And that's like every
kila mtu hapo anaamini.
Kuna watu kama 10 hapo wanasema daddy.
Is that true, bro?
What?
So many people. It's something that is common with
watu wako na nini.
You know, we're laughing about this, but this was
not a laughing matter.
I can laugh about it now. I think I'm in a position where I can look back and laugh about it now. I told my dad that, and he was like, he just laughed and left. He was like, and then he brought me back to hospital. So they were like, the 13th time, like 13 times in psych ward. I started being admitted. The first admission was in Avenue in 2020, Avenue Hospital. Pale nilikuwa najikojolea, and I was seeing things.
Which year is this?
This is 2020, the first admission. Pale Avenue. They put me in the strong room for like 3-4 days. I didn't know who I was. Nikiwa hapo na the other person is Elon Musk. I thought Elon Musk was my business partner.
Wow.
Bro.
So and
mina like yako ilikuwa ni funny juu yako ni business minded, si ndio?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least.
So that's what he does. Bipolar and the delusions and the delusions of grandiose
and exactly who you were before kwa hizo vitu zote. Ulikuwa mse Kev, ulikuwa mse usha admire life big na usha set pace yako unaenda kwenda this, si ndio? Yeah, I can't tell.
So inakufikisha hapo before ufike. But then inaku overwhelm kwa sababu you're not focused. When you're doing ukivuta trigger zako ama ukipata na trigger zako, you're not focused. So unajieka like nitafanya kazi. Like I kept telling my mom nataka kurudi kazi nikitoka hospitali. And she was like, this last time you were like, na unashinda kusema utarudi kazi, and then what happens? Ukirudi kazi unaenda unavuta bangi tena, then unarudi madhara, then
so like Kim
yes.
Check it to be frank, juu nasikia tunabonga drugs, substance abuse ziliplay part big sana kwa life yako kwa vile huko.
Yes, true.
Because juu watu wengi wakijipata wamelemwa na mambo huenda kwa substance abuse. Unapata kuna msee amechoka ni ana feel hiyo lost too, anakula kingwai.
Was it just marijuana?
Marijuana was the biggest trigger because every time I've returned weed, I could feel now like I'm connected to this
universe.
Now I become Superman. The bipolar unleashing itself. And you're the king of the world. You're sitting on the throne of God.
Oh my God. When you're on your left.
Let's take a short break. Guys, tukona Kimani Mbugua, ex-Citizen TV reporter. He's giving us a powerful story. Guys, I bet you the last time ulimcheki kwa screens ilikuwa 2020. He's not been around because he quit his job. Alikuwa na go through a situation. He's been suffering some mental health issues, depression, mambo ya drug abuse. But now he's on a healing journey. He's looking fresh and everything. Tunacheki story yake. If you want to jump onto this conversation, you get your hashtag Money Vibes. I'm reading the comments. There's a guy here, anaitwa Vieira Gustavo, anasema that guy deserves another chance. Jack Sleazy anasema Kimani Mbugua still got that media energy. Mad respect, champ. Tunarudi in a bit. Yo, I can just say, you know what, Mbugua, you can continue dreaming, bro.
Dreams are valid.
Everyone deserves a second chance. Tunarudi na hiyo conversation, some busy signal in ours.
So na maanisha Ruto kuna another chance.
Wacha maneno bana, Kev.
This is the Modern Vibes on Vibes Radio.
Brighter days. A big tune right there,
Manze na tuko na Kimani Mbugua manze, kama kawaida unasikia jo ni ninja hapa hivi. Former Citizen manze alikuwa anafanya mambo yake na NTV nadhani, na amekuwa na media zingine kadhaa. The guy manze ako in the build, na tunajaribu kubonga story yake ya vile life yake imekuwa so far after a substance abuse manze, depression ilikuwa iko juu. So far amerudi kwa game na ana feel anafaa pewe another chance. So sisi kama watu wa Vibes Radio manze, morning vibes manze, vile unajua vile si ufanya so pate kila mtu, kila ninja, kila warrior, kila hero manze, tuna believe kila mtu ni hero jo kwa stand yake na game yake. Tuko na Kimani Mbugua. So bro, as we proceed to kupelekana na irada, after hii noma yote imehappen, lazima before this unajua ulikuwa star. Star bigi sana.
Thank you.
Unaget Badman mimi niko na kuwatch. So inamaanisha basi ulikuwa umetuwai. Tulikuwa mabesi wengi. Sasa noma yote ili happen. Did your friend reach for you? Walitokelezea, walikusaidia? Family?
Yes, my friends and family, they've been there for me. Actually, at some point nili realize I'm the boy who cried wolf. Ukisema unajua watu wanaweza kupenda na si ati wanakuchukia, lakini ukiona wanakuchangia when you don't have money, they make sure you're back. Alafu unajirudisha tena. Because at some point, there's a psychologist who told me like that's the most foolish thing to do. You have bipolar and you take any drug, that's the most foolish thing to do. But I have learned my lessons. So they've been there for me, and this time when I'm doing this is because I owe them. I owe people like Larry Mado, who's been holding my hand. He held my hand since Kitambo. Charles Mado, but most of my friends and family, Sam, my cousin, Joy, the wife to my cousin, Auntie Beth.
What about your former colleagues at Citizen?
My former colleagues, yes, they were very caring. You know, Citizen took like 3 months to accept my resignation.
Oh wow!
Because Wali said, "Kimani, you're not okay. Just the HR was like, did you go to Kenyatta? Did you go to Mathare? Did you go?"
They were so concerned about.
Yes, they were so concerned because they could see that something is happening to you and you don't seem to be very aware of it.
Really?
But you see, when you're going insane, everybody else around you does not understand.
By the way,
it's very hard. And then when the grandiose comes, you don't want to ask for help. At some point, you have to be very humble and tell people. Now, this is the point where I told people, Niliwambia, I won't fail you this time. I told my dad, I won't fail you this time. I told my mom the same. I told my doctors the same. Because my doctors have been like, Kimani, if we see you here again, if you come back to us again after us treating the doctors and the nurses, after we've treated you, we've given you medication, we've put you here. Walijituma. Mimi kwa ward nilikuwa pale, I have a team. Mimi ni ule mgonjwa wenye they know your talent. They have a team of doctors. Leo naonekana na huyu daktari, kesho naonekana na huyu mwingine. The next week the nurses are like, kuja uonekane na daktari. You know, come here, see the doctor, explain to him the progress you're making. The students, nurses, and because Mathare is a teaching and referral hospital where I've spent most of my time for the last 1 year. Like, wanakwambia, you know, we don't want to see you here again because this is not where you belong. You belong in the lights and all.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Inoma sana. You need Noma, it's so powerful. When you look at the industry, in media, yet you are Kenya.
Yes.
I've been in this industry for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
And I've seen guys, some of my friends have died.
Yes.
R.I.P. Kina
like the gate we were talking about.
Yes. Jeremy Odhiambo, Nini, najua guys walikuwa na talent, and people kuna watu walikuwa nasema they're so stressed, they can't keep up with the demands of thriving in this industry. Nini.
Yeah.
I've worked with bad bosses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they're constantly expecting you to do certain things, get results, na unajuanga vile Kenya they say we're resilient as a youth, as a people, yeah? So you don't want to let yourself down. Unajua kuna kashida kanaendelea in your mind, you're going through mental health issues, you're depressed, but you don't want to quit, you don't want to ask for help because they say you're resilient. You want to thrive. This is something that very few people get the opportunity to do, to get into the media. I'm curious, do you think maybe kitu ili trigger your bipolar to come out so big, and you know, this mental health thing, the depression, ilikuwa kwa sababu of the crazy demands in the media industry?
Yeah, not necessarily the media industry. I think for me, Citizen was it was a great place to work. I can't complain about the
not Citizen in itself, but the industry.
And the industry. I've been in the industry. I've been at NTV. I've been at Nation. I've been on Daily Nation.
Yeah.
I've worked for most of the brands at Nation, Daily Nation, their digital team. So what I can say is, for high performing stars, you guys definitely, when you get behind the mic, you know you've been given that seal of approval. You're driving this show. Kama nyi wawili, the company has trusted you to drive this show. So you're in a position where you're feeling your talent is well appreciated. But the problem is, I think I can say I have learned to be gracious, because you see, even your bosses, they have pressure from somewhere else. Yeah, because the pressure comes down. You see, falls down. Yeah, before it gets to you as a presenter in the morning, there's a lot of people who are cushioning. So
absolutely,
if you see your boss giving you pressure, they're getting that pressure from somewhere else. It's the owners. The owners need to keep the business going. And I've learned this from seeing the business side of things, because even though I was sick for the last 2 years, I have read a lot of business books because I'm a natural reader. Like I love reading.
Yeah, you sound so sharp. But I guess I was looking at it from a creative perspective as well.
Yes.
You have to come up with good content. You have to create stuff that will get a reaction from the audience.
Yes.
There's something called the creative curse.
Yes.
And apparently, ukicheki around, many creatives, even worldwide, artists, rappers, media guys, most of them end up even killing themselves.
Yes.
Do you think that had a role to play? Just you constantly being in that creative element.
Yes, it
was it
Ni challenging in a dialogue.
I realized actually one of the shows that made me get to that point was Broken News. Imagine coming up with a question because you made people laugh.
Exactly.
And that's when I started respecting even comedians. I'm like, do you know before you get a laugh from an audience,
That's when
and getting a laugh every Friday for 54 episodes. Every week, and you expect me to be a normal person and going to do drugs.
That's what I was saying, bro. And then when you leave the studio, guys are saying you're not normal because you constantly creating. It's like you're no longer the same.
Unahepa the reality.
Is that true?
Yeah, because it's like you get a pressure, like you have to maintain this audience.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you have a good day at work today, and you get to 1 million listeners, your bosses tell you, do what you did that day.
Jana vile ulifanya.
Maintain your energy. Like, and it's like, I think we need to also, as a talent pool in the industry, we also need to come together. And that's something I think I've seen it with the digital creators. I was with them on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, and they have come together. They've pulled their talents together and they're going as a pack. But I haven't seen that in mainstream media.
Yeah, I don't see it as
because I think it's an ego issue, to be honest. It's an ego issue.
For real.
Everybody wants to be seen. I'm doing good. I'm the huge star. I'm the one who's
running the program.
I'm bigger than everybody else. So what are you gonna do about it? It's like, bro, once it hits you, like I respect comedians who do a weekly
stand-up show.
It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. But if you come together and say, good content, great content needs to be given time, and you cannot maintain. Even the audience is like, let's give you, even let them miss you. Go disappear for a while.
But you know how that's so hard? You know why that's so hard? Because even guys from commercial will say, you have to create something because it's a client.
Yes.
So you guys need salaries. So, I can imagine how daunting that is. I'm curious. So you've been sober for how long, bro?
I've been sober for 2 months now.
That's what's up.
I'm counting.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah.
That's sober from everything.
Sober from everything. No alcohol, no weed, no cigarettes,
water,
anything.
water. If it's a watermelon.
In fact, what I've been doing is trying different food, like food. Like my sisters today, we're moving into a new apartment because people came through for us, and we're moving into a new apartment. And one of the things that I want to do with my sisters is cookouts. We cook food.
Do cookouts?
Because so we cook together. Because one of the doctors told me, because they're doing drugs, find something else.
Inaweza kusteal your time.
Yeah, inaweza kusteal your time. Yeah,
you have to replace it.
Yani usijaribu tukatu.
Yeah. So for me, it's food. I'm planning to be, learn how to cook, and try different foods. As I go into the ad business, I noticed, and this is a conversation I'm also having with creatives, and I'm like, I talked to a few people in the industry, and I saw the kind of predatory mindset that is in the big industry. It needs to die. It needs to die. I don't think mainstream media is going to die. It's just that we are in a transition phase.
Yeah.
And when we're in a transition phase, there's a lot of chaos, but it's a wave. I think this is where the captain of the ships tell you, we're gonna have to ride it. Hold tight. Your salaries might it's gonna be. I've taken a salary cut and it was painful.
Bro, me too.
It was painful.
Bro, me too.
It was painful. I was like,
I'm not even talking about it.
Hold on, let's take a few calls, right? 0719012700. Well, phone lines ziko open, unaweza tupiga simu. Guys, we're hanging out with MBUGUA KIMANI. Yeah, remember he's ex-Citizen TV reporter, A Day in My Life, and nakwambia hii conversation imekuwa powerful sana. Depression. Oh, but then guess what, guys? we're just wrapping up Suicide Awareness Month inaisha leo.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
in
and I'm happy.
September.
Right?
I'm happy that I came out in September.
Yeah.
Suicide awareness, suicide prevention awareness month.
Yeah.
And this is great because you know how many people have come to me and told me I was suicidal, I was this, and I've given out my phone number online.
At least
Yeah, people are calling me. Even
Guys
that
have similar
COVID.
stories, huh?
Yeah.
Let's talk to Dimante. Let's talk to a caller up AV first. Dimante, good morning.
Good morning, Chapo Matara.
How you doing, Dimante? Karibu sana maze. Unakumbuka Kimani Mbugua ule wa Citizen kitambo?
Huyo namkumbuka na mnauo vipoa sana.
Good stuff. Ako hapa hivi maze. Unasemaje? Uko na question yote ama comment?
Mi naweza tu comment hapo nimwambie akae tu na hiyo
Courage. Akona hiyo courage. Oh, we lost him. Sorry about that. All right, I want us to wrap up this conversation vizuri vile inafaa because there's so many lessons to learn from your experience.
Yes.
Stories make Kenya go round, the world go round, you know. Somebody I'm sure out there anapitia the same situation you're going through, but they don't know what to do, man. So if you know, it's funny, nilikuwa nachekipia ule boy zaito nani, the roaming chef.
Yeah.
He said he also had bipolar issues back then. Vile alikuwa anacheza rugby. Ombachi. And he had to actually get help.
Yeah.
I'm noticing quite a number of famous people who've had bipolar issues.
Yeah.
Let me talk to Blackwave Arakaraka. Blackwave, good morning.
Good morning, Kevo.
Niaje my guy. So tuko hapa hivi na Kimani Mbugua, ex-Citizen TV reporter. He's just telling us about vile alikuwa anapitia depression nini. What is your comment ama swali?
Comment yangu ni ati he's doing the right thing. Na kama watu wote unajua sasa hizi wanapitia depression juu ya vitu mingi sana.
Absolutely.
Kitu kama State of the Nation already inafanya vijana wengi wakuwe kwa depression.
Yeah.
Na shida yao ni ati hawataki kubonga.
Yeah.
But it's a huge step yenye Mbugua amechukua hapo. Akakuja kwa public na akajiongea.
Yeah.
Because a problem shared is half solved.
Yeah, for real.
So ni adma boy tu kuinja ama mtu anapitia through anything yenye ni tough. Wasiingia kwa hiyo story ya like kufikiria use drugs ama kutake your life, unaona?
Exactly.
At least waende kwa society waongee. Na that issue itasolviwa.
Asante sana. Thanks a lot, Blackwave. That is Blackwave kutoka Mwea. Now we're coming back, guys, in just a bit. Wacha tulipe bills. Keep it locked, #morningvibes, www.vibesradio.co.ke 145 right here in Nairobi.
This is the Modern Vibes on Vibes Radio.
Oh, finally! It's my standard courier delivery.
At Standard Courier, we know that your time is valuable. That's why we guarantee swift and efficient deliveries to your doorstep every time. Give us a call on 0793 599 684 or schedule your next delivery by visiting our website www.standardmedia.co.ke/courier. Trust Standard Courier service for all your courier needs. We deliver with pride.
Modern Vibes, where you are the MVP. No negative vibes.
Alrighty. Kimani Mbugua here is kicking it with us, ex-Citizen TV reporter, talking about his journey dealing with mental health issues, depression, nini. Kev, let's do it, bro.
Yeah, manze, Mbugua, as we proceed, manze, kabla tufungie history yote. So far, Malume, you've been a big name, you are in a bigger picture sahi, because pia Wakenya walikam on board, wakakusaidia wengi sana. Hata wengine tu vile tu kumezea, but ni indu ile tuko na platform tunaweza kupatia sahi, at least with kubonga to the people. Kuna watu wengi sana wanapitia the same problem hapa nje. Mr. kuuliza juu ya tuwasaidiaje. Do you think the government of the day imeweka mambo kama hii kwa nini yao? Kama wamechukua na uzito ile nafaa kuchukuliwa nayo. Watu watu wengi wanapitia vitu kama hizi sahi.
Acha niseme, this is a ticking time bomb and the government of the day should listen. The government of the day should listen kwa sababu it's a ticking time bomb. You're sitting on a ticking time bomb kwa sababu Gen Z and millennials in the next election watakuwa the majority.
Yep.
And that is something that
the government
if you don't pay attention, there's a train that is coming. There's a train that is coming. I can see it. You can feel it in the air. There's
the energy. There's an energy.
You can feel the energy in the air. The Gen Z and millennials. Tumesema hatuko fiti. And like it might lead us to, if we find ourselves in the position where we're the majority of voters and nobody is listening to us. But it's next 5 years.
Yeah.
The next 5 years, it's 2027. Kuna AFCON. Na the country is going through, a big shift. Sasa tukifika that point, and then the government of the day hasn't paid attention to it. Itakuwa mbaya sana. But I'm glad I met somebody,
especially with unemployment.
Yes,
going on.
There's already somebody from the government who reached out yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And I felt so good because they showed genuine concern. They wanted to hear me. And we had a conversation. I don't want to preempt anything, but it's not that they're not doing anything. I was surprised that this is in the pipeline, and you're going to see it next year.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that this is something that they're also taking seriously, and that I was very impressed by that. With different ministries, showing that there's something in the pipeline, because it's very hard. I wanted to tell people it's very hard to diagnose mental illness, because for me it took 3 years. It took 3 years of being in the hospital for them to come up with a proper diagnosis.
Yeah.
And you cannot diagnose someone by looking at them. Mimi naweza kuangalia hivi kevo.
You can't tell.
Sitajua
inafikiria nini.
Mimi naweza ona uko poa, umevalia poa, uko na gari, maisha yako inakaa iko
ina run poa. Alafu unasikia tena nimejimada na hiyo dinga.
Alafu unasikia tu.
Let me ask you, because we're running out of time.
Kev, less than a minute. History ya vile life iko. Una September ndio is a suicide prevention month. Yeah? Na history inaja reach for the government, na reach ya watu. Do you think Ministry ya Health, especially Ministry ya Health, inafaa kujenga ka mechanism itakuwa na watu wake, including mtu kama wewe na wengine wamekuwa kwa situation kaa hii, wanaenda mtani wakipatia tu civic education, watu waweze kujitokelezea kubonga? Do you think is the way forward?
First of all, let me thank the Ministry of Health kwa sababu ya Mathare. Mathare is the best funded hospital, best funded mental health hospital. Pale Mathare, kama uko na shida, ukisikia uko depressed, enda pale Mathare, because it's very simple. You can pay with NHIF. In fact, my NHIF was paying for everything. Una madawa ziko pale. The medicine I take, it's 85 bob and 80 bob per tablet. But pale Mathare, the drugs are subsidized by the government, so you can get them at a cheaper price. And there's so many good things that are happening there. People are being helped in that hospital. Utapatiwa food pale. Kwanza pale unakanga kuna food asubuhi, unakunywa uji, unapewa mkate saa 4, mkate na chai saa 4, unapewa lunch, na ni chakula mzuri.
So you are comfortable.
Wanakume comfortable kwanza.
And then you have access to doctors.
Yeah.
And then
I can see we have,
nurses.
you know what, I'm going to have to cut you short, Mbugua. I can see you have 2 minutes.
Okay.
I just want you to tackle 2 things.
Yes.
How did you catch up with Nyako? Because I know she helped you changa some cash.
Yes.
Mulipatanaje?
Quick one. She told me
30 seconds.
She saw my story on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then she reached out.
Okay.
Yeah, she saw my video on TikTok and then I can reach out.
Yeah. And now we get to fiti, which is good. Kenyans are out here, man.
Yeah,
Kenyans
wana helpiana.
Yeah, they are good Kenyans, and thank you so much for all the contributions. We promise now that's going to. I was given more than I had asked for, but now my sisters and our family is
good
going to at least
utilize
we're suffering, all of us as a family.
I can imagine.
We spent a lot of money taking me to hospital and all. So my dad wasn't able to invest well in his business. He's into real estate.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so I thank the people who sent Kozapabu.
And then
now we're going to be okay.
As you wrap up, quick one. What's your message for Gen Z? You wanna kurate maze wana kutambua? Give them something motivational for people who are going to see something through something similar like you in about 30 seconds.
Stay humble, stay teachable, stay focused.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And stay out
humble,
of drugs.
Stay humble, stay teachable, and stay focused.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Stay humble, stay teachable, stay focused. Guys,
Where?
Powerful, Mazi. We've been kicking it with the one and only
KIMANI MBUGUA.
He's an ex-Citizen TV reporter. Your show is Citizen Ilikuwa.
Broken news.
Bro.
Hiyo ndio ilikuwa mama lao.
Exactly.
Manze.
Good stuff, guys. Remember, tutapatana hapa hivi tena kesho. It's gonna be a freaky Friday.
Friday, and you know how we do it when you come on a freaky Friday, man people, yeah. Kuna ka mix kanaendelea hapo. Kevo Balma kwenye mix, na kama kawaida, you know, nataka kupita na best yangu itongo Jesse, Officer Jesse, John na mpwa wake Triza wamekuwa kisikiza show manze from Sale ilianza. Nice. Sana Officer Jesse manze na the whole family there. Na of course they might Ashifa is from Qatar. tunakupenda bure my dear man, and all the MVPs. Ciao ciao.
It's 10 a.m. right now, guys. Stay safe. Kimani, asante sana tena.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff.